Welcome back. Well, if you're looking for an energy-efficient, time-saving way to control your lighting and HVAC controls, look no further than Illumra, and I'm here with Jan. Jan, tell us about your fantastic product.
Yes, we have a product line that uses battery-free. It's battery-free and wireless, which is very innovative because the technology itself is able to harvest its own energy. Meaning, in the example of this switch, when you're pressing the switch, it's sending a wireless signal without needing any batteries or other power source. There's a generator actually inside of the switch that is able to generate the energy to send the wireless signal.
Okay, so in other words, you're saying this switch I can mount anywhere, on a pane of glass, on a already constructed wall, underneath the desk, anywhere, and it'll transmit to its individual receiver and control the light.
That's correct, yes. So there are a number of receivers that we offer that work with this switch and other types of sensors as well, but the receivers then can switch individual circuits or individual lights, or they can do dimming. We offer LED dimming as well as fluorescent dimming and other types of receivers like that.
Well, that's amazing, because I know everybody out there they want to switch to the new energy efficient compact fluorescents or the LED lights, and sometimes dimming them is an issue.
Yes, we get a lot of comments from LED manufacturers that they don't have good solutions for their dimming, and when they experience the dimmers that we're offering for that, they're very impressed. They're excited about the fact that we can even do it, first of all, and then second of all, that we can do it without requiring wiring going to the switching locations. They can install the dimmer at the fixture under a counter or in a cove light, and then the switch can be remounted where it belongs on the wall without having to run a wire to that location.
So not only is this energy efficient, but it's also aesthetically pleasing too.
Yes, that's true. It's more aesthetically pleasing to be able to put the switches where they belong, and it saves the material and the labor to run the wire to the switch location.
That's great. Now, I know since we're talking about dimming these, that's also a big energy savings also.
Absolutely, yes. If you can reduce the power from full output power to something less, then there's energy savings there as well.
Now, I know you guys are a very proactive company. You're always thinking, if I could figure out a way to dim these automatically, that'd be a perfect solution. I think you have that.
We absolutely do. Here at the show, we're releasing a daylight harvesting sensor. So it's a light sensor, and let me see if I can grab an example. This is a light sensor that is sensing the ambient light in the room, and it will automatically dim the lights within the room to reduce the electrical draw if there's natural light coming in through the windows and so forth. So it can sense that and turn down the electrical consumption in the room while still giving the illumination that's needed for the space.
Well, Jan, this here is really a dimmer on steroids. You call it a lumen sensor. Now, how does that exactly work?
It's powered by the ambient light in the room, and it does sense the amount of illumination that's arriving at the sensor location.
So you've got this one hooked up to this fluorescent bulb right here. We could actually probably put that there and see it dim.
That's correct, yeah. It's communicating with the controller here for the light fixture, and as I hold this up, once it sees the extra illumination, it automatically dims down the light coming out of the fixture itself to compensate so that no more energy is used than is necessary to deliver the correct illumination.
Now, is this programmable, or is this ready to go right out of the box?
It's adjustable. There's a setting that you can adjust to determine what you want the current light level to be, and then it will adapt that automatically.
Now, this thing is also wireless, so basically you can place it anywhere in the room you'd like, to where it's going to grab the light coming in and then sense and control the lights from there. Absolutely
correct, yeah. One of the big advantages of this device is that it's powered from the ambient light in the room itself, and then it's sensing the ambient light, and it can be one of the problems with daylight sensing systems now is the sensor location is very critical. It's very nice to have a wireless system so that you can locate the sensor or relocate it as needed to tune the system and make it work nicely.
Sure, because before, either this would be right on the fixture itself, or you'd have to remotely wire it to the fixture. This way, put it anywhere in the room that actually is getting the light, where it's going to be more sensible.
Absolutely right.
Now, I was talking about energy efficiency. You were telling me earlier before we got on camera, a huge area of this is in the hotel management.
That's correct, yeah. One of the biggest areas of success for us is in managing the energy consumption of hotel rooms. On average, hotels spend a large percentage of their operating budget is spent on energy for heating and lighting in the rooms itself, and we have implemented the self-powered technology in a key card switch so that the guests, when they use their card to activate the door and let themselves into the room, inside they will find a holder, a key card holder, that will allow them to store the card in the holder while they're in the room, and that activates the lighting and the air conditioning, and as they leave the room and take the card with them, then they've shut off the entire room and reduced the consumption of the room. Tremendous savings are there for the hotel operator.
Oh, that is really cool. So in other words, I go into a room, I carry my card, I don't walk into a totally dark hotel room either.
That's correct.
That's a plus win for everybody.
Absolutely. And a lot of consumers are becoming more interested in helping to save energy as well and being earth friendly and so forth. And this gives them an opportunity to participate in the hotel's initiatives to save energy.
Now, talking about this hotel, would be a retrofit thing. It doesn't have to be all new construction.
That's one of the key pieces here, is that this, because of the wireless aspect of the system, it's an install that can happen within a half hour to an hour in a room. It doesn't even take it out of commission for the night, so the hotel operator's not losing a night's worth of rent, and they are able to deploy this system, and the guests are enjoying it, and so there are a lot of benefits, and it can be retrofitted very easily at a price that allows the operator to recover the cost through energy savings within a year in most cases.
All right, Jan, now we did talk about the LED dimmers, and we're standing in front of an example right here. Can you show me how that works?
Absolutely. So with this switch, I can press the switch, and as I'm holding the switch, the dimmer will brighten the lights. When I release it, it stops. A quick press and release can turn them off. And one thing that we get a lot of compliments on is the smoothness of the dimming, and that's accomplished by having over 65,000 dimming steps. So as it's ramping from full on to full off, it can stop at any of 65,000 levels. It makes for a very, very smooth dimming curve.
Oh, that is really cool. Now we're looking at, this is basically the little LED dimmer that you just have to mount remotely next to your lights.
That's correct. Yeah, it can control a wide variety of LEDs. It works with a majority of all the manufacturers, particularly the strip lights and the cove and under cabinet lights. It will work with all of those types of fixtures.
Well, Jan, right now I know you've got the attention of all of our viewers out there, how they can get all this energy savings into their home or their business. What's the way they can get a little more information?
We have a network of dealers and OEM customers that are offering this through a variety of channels, and they can reach us at illumra.com and are able to, we can then hook them up with the right channel for whatever their needs may be.
Well, Jan, this is a fantastic way of going. It is the way of the future. Lighting is fantastic, and controlling it is amazing. Jan, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.